North Korea has just launched a warship that could fundamentally change the military balance on the Korean peninsula. For decades, Pyongyang built its military strategy around missiles, artillery, and nuclear weapons. Its navy remained the neglected branch of the armed forces. But now Kim Jong Un says that era is over. This week, North Korea officially commissioned the Choe Hyon, a 5,000-ton destroyer capable of carrying nuclear-capable ballistic and cruise missiles. Kim Jong Un called it the beginning of a new age for North Korea's navy and promised that even larger warships would follow. The announcement raises an important question. Is this simply another North Korean propaganda showpiece? Or is Pyongyang quietly building a navy that can project nuclear power far beyond its coastline? The answer matters not only for South Korea and Japan, but for the entire balance of power in East Asia. To understand why, we first need to understand what has changed. For most of its history, North Korea operated as a land-focused military power. Its strategy depended on massive artillery deployments near the demilitarized zone, short-range missiles capable of striking South Korea, and later, an expanding nuclear arsenal designed to deter the United States. The Navy played a secondary role. Most North Korean naval vessels were small patrol boats, submarines, and aging ships that lacked the ability to operate far from home waters. Compared with the sophisticated fleets fielded by South Korea, Japan, and the United States, North Korea's naval capabilities looked outdated. That is why the unveiling of the Choe Hyon is attracting so much attention. According to North Korean state media, the destroyer carries anti-aircraft systems, anti-ship missiles, and weapons capable of launching nuclear-capable ballistic and cruise missiles. If those claims prove accurate, the vessel would represent the most powerful surface combat ship North Korea has ever built. But the ship itself is only part of the story. The real significance lies in what Kim Jong Un says comes next. He has promised to build 10,000-ton strategic warships and launch at least 2 major surface combatants every year. He has also declared that North Korea will move beyond coastal defense and begin operating in distant waters. That statement reveals the first major development. North Korea no longer wants to be viewed as a purely defensive military power. For years, Pyongyang focused on protecting its coastline and deterring invasion. Now, Kim is openly discussing power projection. In simple terms, power projection means the ability to threaten or influence events far away from your own territory. That is a significant shift in military thinking. A country that can deploy nuclear-capable warships into regional waters gains additional options during a crisis. Instead of relying solely on land-based missile launchers, it can create multiple launch points that are harder for adversaries to track and neutralize. And that brings us to the second major development. Russia may be accelerating North Korea's military modernization. Since the start of the war in Ukraine, relations between Moscow and Pyongyang have expanded dramatically. North Korea has provided artillery shells, ammunition, and reportedly troops to support Russia's war effort. In return, analysts increasingly believe Russia is sharing technology, expertise, and technical knowledge. North Korea's military development appears to be moving faster than many observers expected. Advanced warships require sophisticated radar systems, propulsion technologies, weapons integration, and command systems. These are not capabilities that emerge overnight. While direct evidence remains limited, many analysts believe Russian assistance helps explain Kim's growing confidence. The timing is difficult to ignore. As Russia becomes more isolated from the West, Moscow has stronger incentives to deepen cooperation with countries willing to support its strategic objectives. North Korea fits that description perfectly, and if Russia is helping modernize North Korea's military, the consequences extend far beyond the Korean peninsula. Because the third development may be the most important of all, North Korea is trying to create a sea-based nuclear deterrent. Traditionally, North Korea's nuclear weapons depended on land-based launch systems. Those systems remain dangerous, but they face a vulnerability. During a conflict, adversaries can attempt to locate and destroy them. A navy equipped with nuclear-capable missiles changes that equation. Warships and submarines can move, they can disperse, They can operate from multiple locations. Most importantly, they create uncertainty. Military planners fear uncertainty because it complicates defense calculations. Even if North Korea possesses only a small number of nuclear-capable naval platforms, they force South Korea, Japan, and the United States to monitor a much larger area. That increases pressure on regional missile defense systems and naval forces. Of course, significant challenges remain. Building a warship is one thing, operating it effectively is something entirely different. North Korea still faces major obstacles involving crew training, maintenance, logistics, repairs, communications, and coordinated naval operations. Modern naval warfare requires thousands of highly trained personnel and a sophisticated support network. A single destroyer does not instantly create a world-class navy, but military history shows that capabilities often develop gradually before reaching a tipping point. What appears limited today can become far more significant over time. So what does this mean for the region? For South Korea, it means additional pressure to expand naval surveillance and missile defense capabilities. For Japan, it reinforces concerns about North Korea's growing ability to threaten sea lanes and regional security. For the United States, it creates another military challenge in an Indo-Pacific region that already includes China's rapid naval expansion. And for China, the situation presents both opportunities and risks. A stronger North Korea can complicate American military planning, but an increasingly powerful and unpredictable Pyongyang also creates uncertainty for Beijing. Most importantly, this development signals that North Korea is no longer satisfied with being viewed solely as a missile state. Kim Jong Un wants North Korea to become a multidimensional military power capable of operating on land, in the air, underwater, and increasingly at sea. Whether North Korea can achieve those ambitions remains uncertain, but the strategic direction is becoming clearer with every new weapon system it unveils. The most important takeaway is this: North Korea is no longer just building bigger missiles. It is building the platforms that can carry them far beyond its shores. If you want more geopolitical analysis on the forces reshaping countries around the world, subscribe to the International Desk.